Communications, which is a pan-African integrated brand agency. She's got 10 years of PR and strategic comms experience. She's passionate about building brands, she's passionate about women, and she's passionate about African empowerment. Can I just get a sanitized mic for her? And can I just get a nice picture of her before she starts speaking? Yeah, you can just stand here. How are you? You look great.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tshego Kekana. I am the founder and managing director of Alfa Destiny Communications. Oh, let me stand here, because yeah, I thought it was a Q&A, so I'm a bit nervous, and I always get nervous when I have to speak. But it's fine, we will do what we need to do. Firstly, thank you so much for coming through this morning and braving this cold weather. It is so cold this morning. It is so cold this morning. So my morning started quite challenging with a car breaking down and coming here late. But God always makes things happen. And I am here. And I hope whatever it is that I'm going to share with you guys, my journey, will impact anyone in here. I hope it does. So I run a company called Alfa Destiny Communications. I have about 11 years experience in the PR and communication space. It is an industry I'm very passionate about, extremely passionate about. I think it also goes with your personality because you have to work with people all the time. And if you're not a people's person, you're not going to cope in our industry. So I started my business in 2016, but I've always been an entrepreneur. I believe I was born with the entrepreneurial mindset. Starting from a very young age, I used to, in high school, I used to do events on the side, you know, and I used to challenge my teachers and our HODs at school in Pretoria, Hore. But Loreto High School, they do this. Other schools, they do these events. Why can't we do these events? And I would be proactive in approaching them so that we can organize events. So it has always been a passion organizing events. And when I went to study, I wanted to study a course that has events in it, but is also broad. And I found PR, public relations, and I studied public relations. My entrepreneurial journey started when I was very young. And as you grow and develop, you kind of figure yourself out in life as to who you are and what it is that you want. As I grew, I've made so many mistakes. I failed so many times, too many times. I've been fired before, and that's what I didn't mention in the previous speaking engagement. I failed, let me start with my first failure. I was failing grade 11. And you know when you're failing, has anybody failed in school? High school, primary, okay. And it's not nice to fail in school because people bully you, people make fun of you. It's not a nice thing. I failed grade 11, and I failed grade 11 not because I was stupid. I failed grade 11 because I started working and doing events while I was at that age, while I was that young. And what that did to me, it actually gave me this thing to say, you have to go back and you have to continue. You have to actually pass. And then you can go back to do the things that you want to do this entrepreneurial journey that you're on. And I went back. I did my matric. I did not go to a matric dance at all. I saw everybody going to a matric dance and getting ready. I was not interested. I wanted to pass, I wanted to get it over and done with so that I can pursue my dreams and goals. So, and also my father was somebody that was very strict and who was not happy with the fact that I had failed. It was my first failure. Nonetheless, I did pass with a distinction in English. And you know, moved on to study what I studied, which was public relations. And you know, my second, I wouldn't say it was a failure, but I got fired at a point where it was a very tough time in my career, I would say, because my boss at the time fired me because of my personality. Because I can't explain it. There's no other explanation for me. I was very outspoken. I'm the kind of person that speaks in the boardroom with clients. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, if I were to sit with the president of South Africa, I'll speak out. And speaking out in the boardroom became so prominent for me. And I got fired for it, but it never stopped me from doing it, you know. Nonetheless, my journey is a journey of resilience because in everything that I was doing in my life and in my career, I've always known that the long-term vision and goal is to run my own business. And running a PR business for me was the first point of call because what PR does, let me start with saying what is PR, public relations. Public relations is a function in your business that allows you to communicate effectively with your target audience. And you communicate via different forms, channels, communication channels, be it media, be it social media, be it events like this. What the MC is doing, that's part of PR. So it's different ways where you communicate with your target audience. It helps with reputation management, how you maintain the reputation of your business and your brand, which is very important because your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is not your logo. Your brand is your story. Your brand is how people perceive your business. So how your business makes me feel, the service that I got from your people, the service that I got from you, your products, the quality of your products, your quality of your service, the professionalism, everything around your brand, the way you look, the way they look, the people by Hangout, they're all wearing black, professional. That is the brand. They are the brand. The logo is not the brand. How the place looks when it's clean, that is the brand. Because when people leave here, they would say, na ngasitholeke jago hang out because dijo tsaka ne di se right, the waiter did unruhile or whatever. That is the brand, right? Okay. So now understanding and communicating your brand to your people becomes very, very crucial and very important, right? And also, it's something that you are going to probably fail on it numerous times and make mistakes while you're growing your business, and that's okay. Allow yourself to do those things as you build your brand and build your business, because your vision for your business will change. Probably your brand will change, right? Your logo may not change, but your brand messaging and everything that impacts your brand will change. You can change the colors, your corporate identity, you can change your team, you can change your uniform, you can change the branding of your products. Those things will change, and it's allow them to change because change is inevitable. But don't change the story. Don't change the vision. You should never change your vision. Allow your vision to amplify your vision. Evolve your vision. But stick to what your vision is. My vision has been Africa. Since I started Alfa Destiny Communications in 2016, my vision was supporting small businesses, but 5 minutes, okay. I was supporting small businesses, but also my vision was to take business brands in South Africa into the broader African perspective and allowing or helping brands, especially small business brands, to be seen globally and continentally. Then that vision changed into a vision of Africa. How do we tap into the African market as South African businesses? As African businesses, how do we tap into the international market? Because believe it or not, there are so many great entrepreneurs. I'm a part of a program called African Women Entrepreneurship Consortium. And this is a consortium of 200 entrepreneurs that were selected out of 5,000 applications. And I was fortunate or blessed to be part of the 200. Now these women, I think in South Africa there's 3 of us in the 200. These women are farmers. These women do agro-processing. These women are tech entrepreneurs. These women are innovators. These women produce yogurt from the root. And these are businesses that are in Africa. But the problem with businesses in Africa is that we do not PR our businesses quite well. And that's why the global market will always excel more than us, because either we are copying them and we are not selling ourselves the way we should sell ourselves. So I want to leave you guys with this. I would love to go on and on and on because I'm passionate about this topic. I want to, okay, Bulelani says I can go on. All right. So, we're going to do questions. Okay. Okay, no problem. So, what I want to say is that when you look at your business, guys, I know money is a factor. It is a factor, I know that. We talk about access to capital, we talk about access to marketing, we talk about access to networks. Yes, those are factors. Those are challenges that we experience as entrepreneurs. But what I can tell you is that now, the time has not been any more easier than now to sell your business and to market your business. Why? Because we now have social media. And using your social media well is so important. You need to separate yourself as a personal brand to your business. And you allow your business to have its own brand, to have its own voice, to have its own identity. Yes, you can be the owner. You can be the founder. No one is going to take that away from you. But if you are running a business called The Hangout, let The Hangout speak for itself. Yes, it is. I think co-founded. I'm not sure, but one of the owners is a popular person. But it doesn't mean that because he is popular as an individual, that his brand, The Hangout, will be popular. You get that? So you need to do the work in putting your brand out there and marketing your brand to a point where it sells itself with or without you. It may take time, and it's fine. Take time in building it. But it has to get to a point where it sells itself with or without you. I want to get to a point where people think, when people say the name Alfa Destiny, they already know what Alfa Destiny does without having to associate it with me. I want to get to, I'm not there yet, but I want to get to the point, and it's not impossible, it's possible. There's nothing that's impossible. The other thing about money that I want to point out, if you have a way of getting 500 rands or 200 rands to go out and get yourself a cup of coffee and lunch with a friend, you can invest in your business. You've got money to invest in your business. If you have time and money to go and do your hair, your nails, you've got money to invest in your business. There is no such thing as no capital. Guys, money is there. You have to attract it. It's there. It's there. Use whatever sense you have. Use whatever that you have to build and invest in your business. Sometimes you have to sacrifice certain things, and that's okay. But there's no such thing as there is no money. There is no such thing as there is no money. Money is there. You just need to know how to utilize it so that it can benefit your business. Access to marketing. Valentine said our challenge is marketing. No, your challenge is not marketing. Your challenge is getting the right knowledge in order to market your business. The marketing platforms are there. They are there. It's just about going out there and post. Post. Irritate people. It's fine. Irritate them, guys. Post 3-4 times a day to a point where people get irritated. Because when people get irritated, it means they are watching. They are watching. When they are hating, they are watching. They are watching. So post. Continue to post. Akunataba, continue to post and irritate the living hell out of us. You are pushing your brand, you are pushing your business, and nobody is going to stop you. Absolutely nobody is going to stop you. And people will hate, let them hate. Let them hate, it's okay. Because when they hate, it's not on you, it's on them. You continue posting. I love Makadzi. I love Makadzi. I was talking about Makadzi the other day. I love Makadzi. So many people are hating on Makadzi. So many people are hating on her. How she looks, her age, whatever. Guys, Makadzi is continuing. She's flourishing. She's soaring. And she's going to make so much money. And she's going to grow beyond the borders of South Africa because she's consistent. And that's what you need to do. Be consistent. Invest in your brand with whatever you have. Ask family, friends, whatever, Adima, where you can borrow, but invest in your brand. Be consistent in your brand, in advertising your brand. Invest in your brand, and do not ever give up. It's going to be hard, very, very, very hard, extremely hard. You'll have days where you just want to give up. If you're not working a job like me and your business is your full-time job, there will be times where you're just going to say, if this. There will be those times. Guys, entrepreneurship is not sexy. There is nothing sexy about entrepreneurship. There's nothing fancy about entrepreneurship. It is hard work. It is hard work. But I want to leave you with this, my MC. I'm wrapping up. It's 3 things. Be consistent in advertising your brand. Use what you have to advertise your brand. Number 2, invest in your brand. Investing, it's not just time, it's not just money, but it's time as well. Put in the time. I forgot to say this. Let go of TV. It's not going to serve you. Let go of TV. Let it go. It's okay. Let go of your favorite TV shows. It's okay. It's not going to serve you. Invest in time in building your business. Invest in money in building your business. Attend events like this as much as you can. As much as you can. And then number 3, what was number 3 again? Do not give up. Whatever you do not give up. I live by the mantra, do it broke, do it scared, do it when you don't understand, but whatever it takes, do it anyway. Thank you.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. You can keep it on you, because we're going to do the questions now. Can you stay for that? Ooh, okay, just be safe. You can stay here. Yeah. So we're going to do questions and answers. Does anybody have a question? Please ask. This is a divine opportunity. It's really divine. Any questions? Okay, I'll start. Oh, okay, Tuli has a question. Kopa sanitize.
Good morning. Thank you for sharing your story. I think it's quite inspiring. So you speak about separating your brand from yourself, and I totally agree with that. But I think a recent thing on Twitter came about where a particular founder of a brand was speaking through her handle, right? So how do you, because I mean, obviously people want to know the face behind the brand, but how can, because I think you can effectively still use yourself as the brand. Is that a bad thing, 1? But 2, how do you start off by selling yourself as the brand without compromising the brand?
Okay. So, I want to make an example, and I don't want to mention names. But let me, I want to give you a scenario. that will help answer that question. Recently, there was a particular lady who launched a bank. You know this? Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So now the problem with that is that there is nothing wrong with you associating yourself with the brand. It's your brand, right? And in the earlier stages, maybe, especially if you have built your own brand over the years. So like in my case, I've built my brand unintentionally as a PR person, right? So when I started my business, people then linked, oh, Alfa Destiny, it's PR, Tshego is PR, and it's one of the same thing. So now, the work that I'm doing is trying to step back from being the face to the brand being its own face, right? But you're still at the back. So you are the brand. That will never change, because every time you speak, every time this particular lady speaks, they associate her with the brand. She is speaking on behalf of the brand. And now the problem with a brand like hers, which is a very big brand, right? The problem with that is that she's not giving other people opportunity to speak on behalf of the brand. When you're running a business, you're not alone. Chances are you're not alone. Not when you're starting up, when you're running, when you're operational. You've got a team, right? Allow your team to speak as well on behalf of the brand. If you are at a point where the brand is big enough, get a spokesperson within your company who can speak on behalf of your brand. That's how you'd start separating yourself from the brand. So don't let it be your own voice all the time. No. Showcase that actually this is a business with a team and let other voices come up. So is it a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It just takes time for you to separate yourself from the brand. But eventually, the brand needs to stand on its own. Steve Jobs, Apple still remains Apple. It has its own voice. It has its own CEOs and whatnot. But Steve Jobs will always be known as the founder of Apple.
Can I then ask people what? Sorry. It's like, what? Can I ask people what they're having for breakfast using my brand? That's what, like, because that was the big issue, right? Like, I know this brand to be a reputable brand, but I'm almost making friends with my followers on social media so as to, I don't know, maybe understand them better. So what are the do's and don'ts for a brand? So I'm not asking people for what they're watching on Friday night on Netflix the one time, then the one time I'm asking them for money, then the one time I'm telling them about my event.
Okay, I get it. When it's about business, take it to business pages. Ask people whatever it is that you want them on the business page. When it's about your personal things, do it on your personal page. So don't try not to crisscross the two, but also know that the two are linked. So it's blurred lines, but you must just try and not do too much of your business on your personal, and try not to do too much of your personal on your business. Does that make sense? Okay.
We'll take two more. So please try to be concise.
Hi, Tshego. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David. I have a question for you, Tshego. I'm not sure if it's on behalf of the so-called small businesses like myself, SMEs, small and medium enterprises. But from personal experience, as Black community, we get to a point where re lack something that is called networking, or connection. Each and every business, when it starts, whether it's small or big, but there's something that is called a working capital. And the first few ladies that were on the stage, when I listened to them, I picked up something that is called money. money, it's my middle name. And for you, I'm not sure if I should say you are there or you're almost there or you are getting there with Alfa Destiny Communication. But the challenges that most of us are facing, it's finance. So from your experience with Alfa Destiny Communication, those smaller, or should I say, challenges when it comes to a working capital, what advice would you give to someone that is trying to grow Mokasi? They want to promote their brand, they need to build their brand, but the problem that they're having, it's a working capital. What advice or a tip would you give to someone like that? Where can we go to be able to get such help or assistance? Thank you.
Okay, so thank you for that question. So earlier on I mentioned that if you have 50 rands, ya code. If code take 50 rand, then you have money to invest in your business. So you don't have to, I think the point I was trying to make is that you don't have to wait for capital. You don't have to wait for it. You can get it at any time. You can save 10 rand every day. Money is there. What I did for me is when I started my business, I was working full-time. I had a full-time job. So my salary financed my business. So I would save from my salary and finance my business. So I would use, take it to 1,000. I would then invest in a website. That's what I did. I also invested in Google My Business. And I invested in things like buying a domain, you know, which is like 90 rands or something. Getting a good graphic designer to do your logo, you know. So it's those little things that you can start with the small money that you have, you know, to start running your business. But I wouldn't say wait, you know, because you're gonna wait until when? You're not gonna get 5,000 tomorrow, but you can use the 100 and the 50 and the 20 that you have now to start. So to answer your question, David, if I were to advise a person wamokasi who probably doesn't have a full-time job, who is hustling, I would say find the resources to make money. Wash cars, make those little cents and start.
Hey Tshego. Well, now I get a question. Maraka khopela ka inganya la mo wena. I graduated in 2018 ka public relation. Mara since from then I get an opportunity. So ke khopela mo wena, it can be voluntary, any job, anything e tlo ndirang ke pursue career ke a PR. Ke khopela.
But I'm going to advise you, ne? I'll take your numbers after this. Mara ke tlo advise. Hore. You don't have to wait for an opportunity. You can come to you can come hang out though. Or look, can I try and just help out with no pay? You don't have to get paid. So you can volunteer anyway at an orphanage home. You can volunteer. Just keep yourself busy. I wouldn't advise you on high and not do anything. I also started that way. My first job was at Kalawa, and I worked for 3 months with no pay. No pay. So sometimes you must just stand up and go out there and come here and ask her, can I wait at tables or whatever, because you'll never know who you're going to meet. You'll never know who you are going to meet and who will give you your job. You won't know. So don't sit and wait. Get up and just find something. But we'll talk.
Nice one. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time, for making the effort, especially after the difficult morning that you had. Thank you so much, and God bless you. So, are you staying or are you leaving in case people have questions?
I'm still here.
You're still here. That's great. And then where can we find you online?
Oh, yes. I'm not even advertising myself. Okay, so my name is Tshego Kekana. On all social media platforms, you can follow me, Tshego Kekana. You can DM me, I do respond. And then my company name is Alfa Destiny Communications. Alpha, A-L-F-A, Destiny Communications on all social media. Follow. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you